See, we will start in just right now. We'll call this meeting to order, please. And Dr. Mendenborough, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight?
Salute the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Julie Beechner-Taus.
Here.
Joe Marcano.
Here.
Mary Little.
Here.
Jose Gonzalez.
Here.
Lori Eskew.
Here.
James Robinson.
Here.
Lori Cisneros.
Here.
Annabelle Werner.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, we are on item 1.4, adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
It's moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. And item 1.5, approval of minutes from August 15th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Been first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do we have any speakers for tonight?
Just one, Reverend Angelo Frazier.
We do only have one speaker tonight, so you have the floor, Mr. Frazier.
Hi, it's good to be here, Boyd, and thank you for allowing me to come here. I just was reflecting on this last week, and it's been a year since I've been here, and I brought this last time I was here, the Ten Commandments. There'll be a test later to see if you guys can remember it. But we brought this in, so I thought I'd come and just say a few words of encouragement to you. It's been a year since I first came before this board and addressed it regarding the Ten Commandments. A lot has happened in a year, yet the historical significance of the commandments, which are anchored in our Judeo-Christian heritage, still remain. I will continue to pray that my resolution is placed on your agenda in anticipation of a vote. I believe I've done all that I can to get that resolution here thus far, and the directive from the federal government and Congress reaffirming that we are a nation under God and that in God we trust is both refreshing and hopeful. So I encourage you with strong consideration that we too can get this done. Like many of you, the recent tragedy of a young lady losing her life on the train, a Ukrainian, is sickening. My heart immediately goes back to how he was raised. What did he learn in school? And I believe having the Ten Commandments in classroom can quell some of these things because there's a standard beyond ourselves and there are consequences beyond our own actions. So I would just please beg you to put this on the agenda and vote on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Frazier. I appreciate your earnest interest in this. We are now on point 3.1, and that is a presentation by the CTE Culinary Program. I cannot wait for this.
I'd like to introduce and bring up, Pam, are you going to do it? You're introing everything, huh? It's all yours. Go ahead.
I don't do this that often.
Well, you introduce her, and then she
Pam
will go from
Dover,
there.
and she is the CTE Program Specialist for Kern County Superintendent of Schools, so go for it.
Appreciate it. And thank you for having us here tonight. I'm trying to, I don't know how much I can keep your attention with all these beautiful desserts sitting here, but our students outdid themselves tonight, wanting to impress you with their programs. We want to thank you for asking us to feature our court school culinary programs. We also have programs in our community schools for culinary, and I understand they may be featured this spring. So this is just a program talking about our court schools. We have wonderful support here this evening, and I want to acknowledge, because none of this can happen without support from the highest levels, and the collaboration between Kern County Superintendent of Schools and Kern County Probation is truly extraordinary. And so we have our probation chief with us here tonight, Bill Dickinson, and also the deputy director of the Crossroads facility, Eric Meyer, our division director, Deborah Plank, for KCSOS All to Ed, and Desiree Bonfleur, the assistant superintendent. Always incredibly supportive of these programs, and they can't happen without that. And a little bit about that collaboration, we were asked to speak at the JSAC conference last year, and we took both DeShonda Spratley, who I'm going to introduce to you in a minute, and Rebecca Rivera, and their DeShonda's supervisor. And it was very unusual because JSAC is all the county offices from the state of California that come together for a conference to learn best practices. And our conference was leveraging our partnerships with probation and education and all the things that that can bring to our students. And there was so much interest in it, they had to reserve the grand ballroom for us. They had to change our breakout space because Kern County is truly unique, and we should be very proud of that, because this, everyone really keeps what the students' best interest is at heart. And we just assumed everybody else did that too. And apparently it's not as easy in other places. So we want to be really grateful for that. And it's an example of that tonight. I want to introduce Ben Gomez. And he is the Youth Service Officer, Food Service Supervisor for Kern County Probation. So I was hoping Rafael was here tonight, but I don't think he must have gotten tied up. But Rafael Juarez is KCSOS's Director of Food and Nutrition, and both of these gentlemen do so much to extend the learning that we do with the students. They offer the gold standard, that work-based learning, and so they're always willing to partner with us, to collaborate, to do anything that we need. Here he's nodding, he's like, anything you guys need. And so that actually allows us to do so much more with our students, because we have them for such a short time. But by partnering with our teachers and our facilitators, we're able to just do a lot more. So I want to introduce here as well DeShonda Spratley. She is our garden and culinary lead with probation. And so she basically works with the kids out in the garden. They grow the food, they take it into the kitchen, and she extends whatever we've done in our culinary classes with the students. And so we always have partnerships. So the community schools under Rebecca Rivera, who I'll introduce, will prepare things like for the fair, for competitions with our community students, and right next to her, DeShonda is preparing things for the fair, and we every year take away best of show or first place or different prizes. And it really, that's so meaningful to our students, because a lot of times they've never experienced that kind of success. So quickly, I want to just reinforce that having all of these internal and external stakeholders is so critical to being able to provide more. As you know, Alt-Ed is kind of a small program. We're not a 3,000 student comprehensive high school, but because all of us work together so well, it just allows us to offer so much more programming and really extend those opportunities to all of our kids. And so some of our goals are providing those real world connections, developing those internal and external partnerships, and they really expand on each other, because the more people you talk to, the more want to jump in and help. And so we really appreciate that. And then understanding what our stakeholders needs and try to find funding streams that benefit us both. And so that's a little bit of my role and their role. And I want to turn it over to the people that really make all of this happen. And this is Rebecca Rivera and DeShonda Spratley, who are both going to present on the rest of our programs.
Good evening. As Pam mentioned, my name is DeShonda Spratley. I'm a senior officer at the Kern Crossroads facility. Forgive me, I'm a little bit nervous. You guys look very intimidating, so I apologize. So thank you guys for having us tonight. Really appreciate it. So my position at the Kern Crossroads facility, I'm a senior officer there, but I've been fortunate enough to be on a specialized assignment in which I teach life skills to our youth, which I believe is super important. So I've been in this position since 2021, and right away, KCSOS has been a huge supporter. So specifically, Pam reached out. I don't know how she found out that I was in this assignment, but she found us. And she immediately, wanted to collaborate, and she was asking questions on what do you guys need? What can we do to help? What resources do you need? So we just kind of hit the ground running, and it's really been a beautiful partnership ever since. So, excuse me. So through the slide, you'll see some programs that we have with that partnership. So just to mention a couple with this first slide, we have 2 gardens at the Kern Crossroads facility. In collaboration with KCSOS, we have our outdoor garden as well as our indoor vertical garden called the Flex Farm. So the youth are really able to learn life skills such as, patience, teamwork, problem solving, things like that. So it's a really neat program to have, and it's been so successful that we have Flex Farms at all of our Corton community schools. And so these youth are able to take the plants from seed to harvest and go beyond that and create something out of it. So it's really a special partnership.
So I'm Rebecca Rivera. I'm one of the culinary arts facilitators. So I'll be walking you through what the culinary art boot camp looks like. So what you see right now is pictures of the culinary art boot camp. So during the culinary art boot camps, students receive hands-on instructions in food safety and sanitation, knife skills, and food preparation. Training covers the use of both everyday kitchen appliances and commercial-grade kitchen equipment. In addition to learning culinary techniques, students also develop essential 21st century skills such as communication, teamwork, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking skills, which are valuable skills across all industries.
So at Crossroads, we also do culinary boot camps, which is like a condensed version of like a culinary class. It just looks a little bit different since we're inside the institution. So we've been lucky enough to convert one of our classrooms recently into a full culinary program. So it creates a safe space for these guys to come in, get away from the gang tensions and outside distractions, and really just create. Some of the things that they create are the desserts that you guys see on the table tonight. So they really take it serious, and they take so much pride in what they do. So super proud of our guys.
So as part of the culinary program, students earn 2 industrial recognized certification, which you are seeing here. They have the opportunity to earn the Serve Safe Food Handler certification and the AHLEI Hospitality certification. They are given the opportunity to earn these certifications online or through a live proctor. Okay. Once the students complete the boot camp and earn their certification, we provide them a real-world opportunity to practice the skills that they have gained. One way we do this is through the Restaurant Project, a collaborative initiative with the Kern County Probation Department. This project takes place over 3 weeks, with students attending classes 5 hours a day on the weekends, so they're giving up their weekends to attend these classes. During the first part of the day, students focus on strengthening their skills in customer service, food safety, and sanitation. And the second part of the day, students rotate through the stations where they learn to prepare new menu items during each session. So this particular restaurant project, we did focus on menu items, and so they they learned to make different type of breakfast items. At the conclusion of the 3 weeks, education and probation staff hosted a one-day restaurant event. During this event, students put their learning into practice by welcoming guests, taking orders, preparing the meals, and serving food in a professional setting. This hands-on experience allows students to demonstrate mastery of their culinary and workplace skills while gaining confidence in a real restaurant environment.
Yeah, so that restaurant project, we have it twice a year. The students love it. They're able to, showcase the skills that they've learned in culinary class, and we're able to assign them like a mock restaurant. So assign them a position, whether it be host, waiter, cook, and so they really take pride in it. And none of it is possible without KCSOS and probation's collaborative efforts. I believe it's so important that we all, have the same goal, which is to help these kids. We want to impart positive skills to help them when they get out. So, oh, here's the fun part. So 2 years ago, we decided to enter into the fair. The kids wanted to kind of expand on their culinary skills, so they entered cinnamon rolls, we entered some jams and a couple other items, not even thinking much of it, and they went on to win first place, best in class, best in division. So yeah, they hopefully we can get a third year in. So we're gonna be working on some more submissions in the next couple weeks, but I just really wanted to thank KCSOS so much for just the help and support from the beginning. There's no way we'd be able to do it without you guys.
So what you see here is our Grow Cafe mobile kitchen. So the Grow Cafe is our mobile kitchen, and it gives students a chance to take their skills on the road. Through the cafe, we offer off-site catering service so students can practice what they're learning in the classroom through a real-world setting. The Grow Cafe has a changing menu, so keep an eye out for it in the community. So we hope to get this out into the community. You'll see everything from tasty breakfast items to sweet desserts. Another project we've been fortunate to participate in the past 3 years is Bus Driver Appreciation Day. This event is a collaboration, and it wouldn't be possible without our business partners and our partners. Kern County Probation Department, Kern County Food and Service Division, the Kern County Superintendents of Schools Transportation Division. Each year, students at our court and community school prepare meals for more than 200 bus drivers. The Advanced Culinary Arts students from Bridges Career Development Academy and Community Learning Center prepare the main course under the guidance of food service. Meanwhile, culinary arts students from Redwood create more than 200 desserts ranging from cookies to cheesecakes to cheesecake cups. Students from Redwood were also invited to assist with setting up, the service, the cleanup, giving them firsthand training in catering and event management. Bus Driver Appreciation Day is a wonderful example of how our partnership and collaboration provides a meaningful, real-world opportunity for our students while giving back to our community. So what's ahead? We will be collaborating with the Bow Tower, which will serve as a training center for the culinary arts students. This partnership will provide opportunities for students to participate in Jobs Plus internships. In addition, our students will be working alongside the culinary arts students from Bakersfield College, gaining hands-on experience in building valuable career connections. So once again, thank you again, and thank you to our partners, Kern County Probation, Kern County Food Service Division, and Kern County Superintendent's Transportation Division. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great. Does the board have any questions for any of the presentations?
How many of these kids get jobs once they leave?
We don't really follow them so much, so I don't think it's kind of hard to.
It's kind of agency specific, so the court, I know probation follows them, and so that's a better answer specifically. I mean, that was something that they could look at tracking, because they place them into these internships. In fact, we're in the process of working 40-hour-a-week employees that were already trained, like in transportation, our electric vehicle program, they already had, a couple of years worth of training in EV, and then they would come and get to try them out in transportation and potentially work into a job. So we're working on being that conduit. Probation's doing a fabulous job with the students that are being released and trying to have a soft send-off.
You want to step up to the mic so we can make sure we hear you? I think there's probably going to be a few more questions.
Sorry, I'll let Chief Dickinson explain that because
Okay.
he's better prepared to say exactly what they're doing.
So she thinks, yeah. Good morning, or
Nice
good
to see
evening,
you
Madam
again.
President and members of the board. Thank you for having us, and thank you for letting our partners share about the program for sure. So to answer your question specifically, it's not a metric we track as far as like how many get jobs, so I can't give you a specific number. But what I can tell you is we prepare them to be ready for the workforce. So not to get into too long of a story, but the program out there has changed. We still have our traditional Crossroads program where some youth are with us out there for about 6 months, and then they spend the rest of their 1-year commitment on supervised release. Then we have the newer program, which these folks work with our Apex youth. That's the realigned population where we can have them in our custody for years for serious and violent felonies, up to age 25 potentially in some cases. So it's a different population that we're working with. So what we do to try to prepare them for reentry is things like, just like what you saw here, where they can leave with not only a skill, but a certificate. They leave with their life documents, so they're gonna have their birth certificates, social security cards, things of that nature too. And then they leave with some readiness for the employment world, because when they apply for jobs, even within our facility, like Mr. Gomez runs our kitchen, the detail workers that work in there, historically, they've been picked by staff. And so now there's an interview process. So they sit before our staff and get interviewed, and then they get selected or not selected for the job they applied for in some instances. So we're doing more things to get them ready to get employment as soon as they leave, if they want to, and if they don't have education to complete. A lot of them still have some education to complete, and some of them are taking BC courses while they're in our custody still on site, so they're earning BC credits as well through that. So from that point on, it's really like kind of where their life takes them, if they want to pursue a career in something that we've helped guide them towards, or if they want to use those soft skills that have been built into them to go in another direction and hopefully be productive. Does that help?
Yep.
Any more questions?
I just want to say thank you for what you guys are doing. That's exciting, and the fact that it's a workforce skill, but it's also a life skill. I mean, they'll be able to impress their friends and family when they know how to cook, when they get their own place. And so thank you for what you're doing, and it's pretty awesome. I hope that I get to find that truck out there somewhere and buy some stuff, because I love that. Thank you.
Well, I know I'm standing here, but that thank you just goes straight here past me. You know, people ask, what do I do as chief? And I say, not much. And that's because the real work of what we do as a department comes through our partnerships with in tonight's case, the schools, and with my staff, who just do a tremendous job with a really difficult population who sometimes don't want to be changed. But we just put opportunities in front of them for them to take advantage of if they so choose. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Anything else from the board?
I was just kind of curious. This program has been in place now with partners for how many years? I might have missed that at the beginning.
Just the culinary or the career and technical education?
The culinary.
The culinary.
Speak up to the mic, come up to the.
Yes.
The culinary has probably been the last 5 years. You know, a lot of it's specific on if you can find a teacher, and we have the unicorn teacher. Probably no one else in Kern County has a Jack Ben Susan. He's on vacation, he's not here tonight, but he is our CTE construction teacher, who also had significant experience as a manager of doors for 30 years. And so he's also our CTE culinary lead. So that one person has enabled us to really expand what we have to offer. So we ask everybody, did you do anything before you went into teaching? Because they have potential to, one of our vice principals is now our new fire science instructor. So you may be hearing about fire science soon. We're going to certify our kids in wildfire certification, so.
We're seeing more and more of the food trucks around town. And I was wondering if any of your graduates have actually jumped the shark and got themselves a food truck and have actually taken off as an entrepreneur with the skills that they've been taught. I don't know if you have a record of that or not.
Well, we really promote entrepreneurship. In fact, we got a strong workforce grant for entrepreneurship because we know the funding doesn't continue forever. A lot of this is grant funded. So our goal has been to turn every one of our key pathways into a student-run enterprise. So we already have Apex Woodworks, which is, they've won Best of Show at the fair for a couple years in a row now. They're going for year number 3 with their clubhouse that's entered this year. So they were able to seed their business with about $2,200 in prize money. And so that's something, right now we have sufficient grant funds, but we have the ability to turn that into a money-making enterprise. The same with our culinary. We just have such generous partners that actually have made it possible for us not to need those funds right now. But so we've been donating and just serving people through just give food giveaways like tonight. But at some point we can turn that into an enterprise. And then our electric vehicle, we have a partnership with North Kern Golf Course. So that can turn into a money-making enterprise, repairing golf carts for North Kern Golf Course within the facility. So all 3 of our main pathways can eventually turn into money-making entrepreneurial enterprises.
So I have a question. Is the cafe open all the time for?
It is under repair right now.
Okay.
So we use it for special events like Bus Driver Day every year, and we will be using it more regularly. I know Rafael Juarez has mentioned a partnership that he'd like us to partner with him on with Cal State Bakersfield that would utilize our mobile cafe. And so, again, we could make arrangements when we have it up and running again, it's getting some repairs done, to park outside one of your board meetings one night. And
Yes.
so,
That would be awesome.
So that's the only place that the items are for sale, is that correct?
we actually don't even sell anything right
you
now.
don't
We're
sell
just,
it.
we're
Okay.
donating everything. So
Well,
we've
thank
been
you for
doing more
that.
charitable
Thank you.
enterprises with it, so that, because grant funds, we're not allowed to profit from them, which is just
Thank you.
fine. I mean, it's still a great learning opportunity, and the students can go through all the same process of understanding running a business, costing out everything, planning, designing the logos. They've designed the logos for our businesses, so.
And you did mention the spring. I just want to clarify, can you explain to the board the spring is going to be the spring dinner?
The spring.
Is that correct?
No, it's our culinary. We're featuring, that's Mrs. Rivera teaches the culinary class at CLC Tech. And so that's our community schools. And so they have a little bit different approach. They have regular classes throughout the semester, very much like you would see at an ROC at the school district, one of the schools. So we're grateful it's part of our regular school day now. It's that students can take either construction or culinary when they go to CLC Tech.
Awesome.
So that was a goal, and it's now been realized. So we'll
Well,
be
I
presenting on
think-
that, and they'll have some other kind of treats for you. So I'm not sure how you wanted to
Well, I think
distribute
we
the
just need
treats.
to break and just have a good old party.
There you go. The president has spoken.
I thought it was going to be like Shark Tank and we'd all.
I think I heard it was board members first, so.
Well, I do think our Court community schools are probably the best in the state, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of that. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making this real and making it happen for our students who are going to benefit our community and the future of tomorrow. Thank you again.
Can we eat now?
And please extend our thanks to the students and tell them how much we appreciate this. And even though we're going to gain 5 pounds, we love them.
We will do that, and we want to let you know that the cheesecake on the end is actually Prize winning, was it best of?
All right.
Kern County Fair last year.
That's like, a-
Would they like us to try them now?
Can the audience have some too? Can we
well, so
share?
how do we, how would you like to do this, board?
Oh, we get to decide?
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break and get your dessert.
I love it. Let's do
Okay,
it. I'm
let's
good
do
with
it.
that. Okay.
Audience too.
Jose, what do you want?
Here, cheesecake.
Did you have? We're ready to resume our meeting, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the, resuming our meeting, and we are now on item 3.2, Kern County Superintendent Schools Services Overview. Dr. Mendenborough will explain that.
Thank you. Just wanted to update the board, kind of go over, and the public that's all here tonight. Just wanted to go over with you the organization of the Kern County Superintendent Schools. Many of you have had questions. Some of the newer board members, exactly what does the office do in the community? I will tell you right now, this office is very unique in California, as both Jose and Mary can contest. They've been on the board a while, and they can tell you that Kern County Superintendent Schools Office and Kern County as a whole is a very, very unique county, and we put students first on everything that we do. But just to give you a little overview before we get into the services that we provide, the state of California has 58 counties, as you know, and they divide the county offices of ed into 8 classifications, and it's all based on student ADA. So class 1 is the largest, this LA County Office of Ed. They're by themselves, they're on their own island, they're very large. Kern County Superintendent Schools is part of class 2. Those are student population of 140,000 to 749,999. So when you hit 750, you're in a different class, which would be LA. Just to let you know who we are teamed up with: Alameda, Contra Costa, Fresno, Kern, Orange, Riverside, Sacramento, San Bernardino, San Diego, San Joaquin, and Santa Clara. Very different demographics throughout the state, but it's all based on student population, not demographics. Then within that, the state is divided into 11 regions, and every county office is part of some region. Kern County is part of Region 8, and that is made up of San Luis Obispo, Ventura, Santa Barbara, and Kern County. So we are Region 8. So Kern County is Region 8 within the state, but we are considered a Class 2 county office of ed, one of the highest level of county offices. And then it goes all the way down to about 1,000 student population. Those are our single district, single county offices. So just kind of want to give you that scope so that when you see all, you can see why we do so much, because we are a vast, large county office. So I want to go through each of the divisions that we have here so we can advance to the next screen. Steve's going to be my advancer. So the first division is our curriculum and instruction. This has 2 departments that are focused on working with our districts. We have the P3 early learning, which is our UPK TK, as it's known out there, all the way from preschool now, all the way up to 3rd grade focus. Within that, we have the different branches of the department is humanities and multilingual education, which used to be known as ELA, English and Language Arts. So that's what the focus is. Early childhood, we run state preschools within Kern County, throughout Kern County. In the various cities, we run state preschool programs through the County Office of Ed, partnered with the state of California. We have our Early Stars program that works with our youngest students in reading. We have our preschool instructional network, which works with all of our TK partners here in the county. And then we have our Early Childhood Council of Kern, where we bring people together and talk about what's going on with our students. The STEAM and Expanded Learning division, or department within the division, is what's known as math and science, and when we went to school. They are teamed up with the mathematics program, science, computer science, expanded learning, and visual and performing arts. And so a lot of that runs out of our STEAM program. This is a group that really does a lot of the professional learning. I mean, a lot of our divisions do, but this one primarily works with districts and does either county-wide initiatives. We have broken our county into 5 regions and really focusing on the data, particularly in ELA and math, because we know if students can't read or do math, it's very hard for them to do a lot of the other stuff. So we are working with them and providing county-wide program trainings, as well as customized trainings within each district. The districts will contract with our office and ask us for very specific program and trainings that are aligned to what they need in their particular district. So that's what we do in the curriculum instruction division. The next division, we can scroll up to the next one. Oh, and all this, I should say, is live on our kern.org website where you can actually click on all these and it'll take you straight to their websites. But I just wanted to give you an overview tonight. The local, regional, and statewide system of support focuses on such things as our California School Leadership Academy. This is where we're focused on our administrators within the county. It's a partnership that we have with, again, given from the state of California, but we're partnered with the Los Angeles County Office of Ed. They are the authorizing agent of this grant, and so the money comes to us to provide these services. The K-16 Collaborative, this, we will highlight a video at the end of this. This is the K-16 Pathways, where we are working with entities throughout the region, from UC Merced to UCLA to higher education to Morehouse Medical from Atlanta, to provide pathways for our students in the areas of education, medicine, and then also working with our students on helping them get into college with the FAFSA. We have a readiness center where students can come and get customized services throughout the county. Our current education pledge is a partnership with the 46 school districts and charters and higher ed to work united, and regardless of where the child resides, we don't care the boundaries, we all work together and come together to educate the students here in Kern. We also, the County Office of Ed has been designated a GEO lead with the state of California, meaning that we partner with other county offices. We are partnered with San Luis Obispo, Ventura, Santa Barbara, Laco, and Fresno County, and we are the lead entity where we work with those county offices to work with them on providing professional learning and supports for their districts within their county. So that's what goes on in that division. We also have the College and Career Program, where we are working on, last night we had college night at the arena, and a huge turnout, thousands of kids came through. This also operates our Future Readiness, which I mentioned, that works with students to, with their families to get FAFSA applications, apply to colleges, different pathways, which was the medical pathway runs through this. We also do a lot of we have a counselor network that we provide services for throughout the county and beyond. We also provide professional curriculum and development for teachers to implement college and career pathways within their classrooms, starting at elementary all the way up to college. And we also, as mentioned earlier from Pam, the K-12 Strong Workforce Grant. We received several of those in our office to provide very specific developments to help students advance to the workforce. We also provide the LCAP support that you get presented to this board every year. We provide a lot of district support. We have management analysts that are assigned to districts that help them through differentiated assistance. We have them analyze their data. We're kind of the neutral party that helps districts determine what they need for best next steps. We also provide all the charter support, which you will hear charter updates tonight. We also have the PBIS services, MTSS services that works with helping students, emotional and behavioral supports in the schools, Universal Design for Learning, trying to help classroom teachers identify things that are needed for every child to help them through their learnings. We also do the Civic Engagement History Day and mock trial through this department as well. So that is the local initiatives. Okay, next, you can go. I'm going to give you all a pop quiz at the end of this. Then we have student support. Obviously, we are a county office of ed, and we provide the services that some districts are not able to provide, such as alternative ed, which you have heard from tonight, and the board is has that oversight with the alternative ed, so you are aware of alternative ed. We also provide internal special education program, meaning that all of these programs that you see, student programs, we have a special ed team that's assigned to these programs to help with those students who are identified for special education. We also have a migrant education program. We are a hub for the region. Region 5, I believe, is what our number is now. And we work with various counties and districts to help them with their migrant education program. We also provide special education classroom-based programs for those districts that cannot provide special education services within their district, whether it be because of staffing or just maybe the number of students. Maybe they only have one child that's designated for a severe need that they don't have a classroom for. So we provide those services. We last year implemented a regional support model. Prior to this, students could be transferred or transported from Delano all the way to Tehachapi. And they'd be on a school bus for 2.5 to 3 hours, one way.
Crazy.
So we sat down as a team and changed this, worked with our school districts. We have now 3 regions. Student buses now go from 2.5 hours to maybe 30 minutes, 10 minutes for the most part. We have had increased parent now involvement with our special ed program. Parents now, we had I think 98% parent show up for the first day of school, whereas prior to this we had about 10% because parents could not leave work to travel clear across the county. This also helps with students feeling like they're in their home boundaries as well. So that was a huge change for us here at the county office for our special ed services. And then we have our Valley Oaks charter. That's the one charter that the county office has created and the board authorized, and that is for our homeschool students. Operational support is all the fun stuff that keeps everything going. So our facilities management, where we have a team that oversees all the facilities throughout all the properties throughout the county, partnerships with districts where we work and lease buildings from them or partner to utilize their buildings so that we can provide services for our students locally in the school districts. We have our technology services, which is very unique this year. Started last year, going into this year, our technology services has always been very internal services provided. We now have a district support where we go out and work with school districts. They actually contract with us and pay us to provide services for those districts. You have to one thing to remember is our county has 46 school districts. About 23 of them are what's considered small. We have the most small school districts than any other county in the state of California. So any support and services that we can provide to help them is very unique because they don't have the people power to do what they need to do. We also have systems integration where we are bringing all of our technology systems all into one streamline, so not every division is utilizing their own processes or servers. This will cut down on costs overall as an office, and also this will then help districts as well streamline and systemize their programs. We have the current integrated data system, the KIDS data, which has been presented to this board before. This is the one-stop shop. It's the only type of data system in the United States, or east of the Mississippi, or west of the Mississippi. I don't know what happens on the east side, but on the west side, it's the only unique one. It's the only one for sure in the state of California of this kind and magnitude, where we're able to connect with all 46 school districts and charters that want to be part of it, and allow us to upload all of their student information system on a nightly. The confidentiality is still between the district. We can't go, like I can't go into a school district and look at their student information down to a student name. But they're able to then, a district can one-stop click and see where their students are and drill all the way down to the student and see what they need, track them. So instead of going to 15 different computer systems, they can go to this one system and get everything that they need. This is the technology, the data system that we use to find out where we need to focus our energy with our various districts. Operational support provides the nutrition program. As you saw, this not only handles all of our district or our county office programs, but we also provide meals and food programs to many small districts where we transport the food on a daily basis out to the districts and feed those students as well. We also have maintenance and operation that not only for our internal, but we also partner with districts that may need custodial services or tree services or different things that they can't do maybe on their own, and we help partner with them as well. We do have an emergency preparation program where we're tied to the County of Kern, so anytime in one of the unique counties that has this, where anytime there is a natural disaster, we are at the table and get to hear everything that needs to happen so that we can implement anything with our schools. They also like us at the table because they want to know what we can be doing for schools as well. Then we have our transportation service, again, a very unique one for the County of Kern. Not only do we provide all transportation for our internal programs, but we contract with school districts to provide field trips when needed. Many times you'll see our buses taking districts back and forth to Camp Keep. But not only that, we also have a hub where we do all the maintenance for all of our buses for our school districts and beyond. We have districts from other counties that bring their buses to us. We have a partnership with many of the vendors that, Bluebird directly and Crown, all of them, where we can get parts, so much more economic cost for school districts. So we provide that for our districts as well. So that's the operations department. Our local initiatives and innovation program division handles programs that are very unique in the sense that they are more of an initiative here in Kern County than what you typically see with the County Office of Ed. One is the Child and Family Services. That is a partnership with the state of California to provide daycare and other services to families throughout the county of Kern. That is a direct contract with the state of California, and they awarded it to the county office years and years ago, and it's been a great partnership. We also provide a dental health network for them right across the street at the Christine Fraser building, where families can come in and get free dental care. I've tried to get my teeth filled there, but they kicked me out. We also have the Kern County SELPA. Every county has a SELPA. It's a specialized program to provide support for our special education local districts. So everybody is a member of that. There are a few exceptions, largest like Bakersfield City, Kern High, Sierra Sands, Panama. Very large districts have their own, what they call SELPA. It is a support mechanism for special education staff. So this is the team that will work with all the special education directors in the districts and help them and provide training and support that they need for their local districts. We also provide individual support for our students who may need occupational therapy, speech services, any visual services, any type of service that is specific to a child that a district may not be able to provide themselves. And we also have Camp Keep. All of you know about Camp Keep. It is a very famous program, and it's run under this division. Our local initiative support is all the student programs that are throughout the county. Curriculum instruction also provides a lot of that. I'll read a couple of those to you here in a minute. We do all the Williams. You get those Williams reports. That's all done from this division. School community partnerships, where we go out and help districts provide services beyond just academic, where we have helped districts implement, or districts have done it themselves too, implement telehealth, any type of services for students, food pantries, those type of things through the school community partnerships. We also work with the foster homeless division or department, and we are a school district liaison where we this year are really working with our districts to try to bring support to all of our foster students. Those unfortunately are students that can get missed sometimes because they move from district to district. So we are really putting our finger on the pulse to monitor where those students are and to provide the supports that they need. And then we have the leadership support, as mentioned before, where we're now filling that gap and really working with our district administration on providing services for their students. Fiscal support. We have two departments within the fiscal department. We have internal, that operates and runs our office. And then we also have our external business supports, where we work with school districts. Ed Code stipulates that the County Office of Education has their finger on every single school district budget. And anytime, as we've discussed before here, anytime a district is going towards the negative, we need to be able to step in and help them. We have support on other areas too, but this is one Ed Code requirement that the county office must do diligent work on every single element. So we have an external team that is assigned to districts. Every district has a fiscal advisor that works with them and all their payroll comes through us and all that fun stuff. So we will at a different board meeting as well go into more detail on the budgets. I will tell you, just knowing that most of the budgets that we receive, revenue is based on, like you heard tonight, it comes in for an allocated amount and it gets diverted to that specific. So unlike a school district that has a lot more autonomy of what they can do with their dollars through an LCAP, ours is very much specified for everything that comes through. So, but we will go through a little more. I don't want to take up that on top of it after everyone's eating and falling asleep with me talking. So, yeah. We also have the Human Resource and Staff Development Division. This is where all the credentials, every credential in the county of Kern comes through this office, and we have to monitor to make sure everyone is credentialed correctly, and ensuring that their credentials are renewed. And so we monitor that for the school districts. We also have a educator development department where we work with all of our new teachers in the county, whether they're interns or fully credentialed. We help them with their credentials beyond that. We also have just been awarded here in the county of Kern a CTE education credential program from the Department of CTC, where now we can actually certify people locally to become CTE teachers. And that's a first for us, so we're going to be getting into that here. So that's great. We also do, county office HR is just specific to the County Office of Education's employees. We don't have any jurisdiction or oversight of a school district, but we provide services. We meet with them on a regular basis. We give them information that they need to know and everything, but we don't really have any jurisdiction in regards to HR in a school district per se. So that's the HR department. Special programs. There's more, yes. We're almost done, so you can. Wow. So there's more. So we have special program, California Living Museum, CALM. I will tell you that we are the only county office in ed in the entire United States that has an animal zoo. So Steve Sanders oversees that, helps run that wonderful program. That's where we have the holiday lights, and we have a train and all of that fun stuff. So we have it's very, very unique, and we provide a lot of field trip opportunities, but we also do a lot of after-school programs with STEAM programs. BCSD has a partnership with us. They take their students out there every single day to do a couple of hours of after-school and programs for them. We also have our communication department that not only for our office, but we partner and help with every school district that needs any type of correspondence. We meet with the larger districts' communication departments to make sure we're all on the same page, having any understandings of what's going on out there, how we want to work to communicate, and we provide those services for those districts. We also have the Kern County Network for Children. That is our foster homeless division that's non-academic. We have the academic side that's under school community partnerships, and then we have the non-academic, that's the Dream Center, where we have Tom Corson, and he helps all the youth all the way up to age 25 for clothing and job interviews and everything. Then we have one of the few county offices that have a TV network, KETN. They're the ones that televise our board meetings on a monthly basis. They go on and do videos, and they partner with districts and help them to communicate how wonderful education is here in Kern County. We also have the Do the Math program that is aired twice a week. We went national this year because now they can see it live via YouTube. Prior to that, they only could see it if they tuned into Kern County, cable TV, but now they can watch it everywhere. So we have the KE10 program. Then we also have web services and pre-production. We can do printing for districts during that time of COVID when everything shut down. We made copies for all the districts and got curriculum out to students so they can start giving and performing or producing for our students. Then the final one is the programs that are directly connected with the superintendent's office. We have community relations, and then we also have our management consultants. This is a unique group of retired superintendents. We have 4 of them that they're assigned all the school districts in Kern County. If any parents call and have any issues or concerns with the school district, these are the group of people that will help those parents. They also help brand new superintendents. We have a plethora of new superintendents this year, I believe 8, 9, something like that. And so these management consultants work with them, partner with them, mentor them, and help them. And then we also have our secretarial and office support that for our internal, and then we also help school districts as well. So that is an overview, and I'm going to name, and I'll conclude here, name a couple of events. These are not every single event, but I just want to let you know the impact that these divisions have within the community. So when you're out and about or see and hear things, you know that they're tied to KCSOS. We have a Kern County Network for Children Leadership graduation that we do every single year. We put adults, they become students, adults through a leadership program. where they graduate. We've been doing it how many years now, Steve?
Since 1997.
1997. We have Kern County College Night, which we just had the other night. We have Student Voice Ambassador Day, which is really focused in helping our foster and homeless students. We have a New Educator Summit, and we do in October, where we bring all of our new educators together throughout Kern County and provide them resources and support. We have the East Kern Career Expo. We have the Bridges Conference, which is focused on implementation and support for ELA and English Language Arts in the classroom. We have Ignite Her, STEAM for Girls. We have Holiday Lights. We do We the People, Mock Trial, the Nutcracker. Well, we don't actually dance in the Nutcracker, so.
Oh, come on, I want to see you in a tutu.
Yeah. We bring students 2 days over to Dignity Health, and they get to see behind the scenes and learn about the Nutcracker and what it means, and they have a really lousy person that does the narration. That would be me. I narrate and explain everything to the students of what's going on there. So that's what the Nutcracker is. We have Grand Night for Music, CTE Conference. We do Whiz Kids, Young People's Concert Night, Teacher Job Fair. We do the Open Doors for Federal Court, where we partner with the court system and they come and do mock trials with our students. Academic Decathlon, Honor Music Festival, Regional Science Judging Awards, the YES Conference. We do History Day, Leaders in Life. We do the California Math Symposium, where we host all the math here in California, or Central California. We also have the Henry Grieve Contest, Career in STEM Expo, Specialty Yours, Parent Conference, Oral Language, Bank of America, AVID, Constitution Day, Current Codes. We do a parent conference for migrant. We do special education parent information program. We do classified job fair. We do Battle of the Books. You name it, Kern County Superintendent of Schools is behind it. So,
Then you have all the buildings of Bakersville.
and then, so we, as you could tell, we do a lot of things beyond. Most county offices are very focused on letting districts ask them what they need, and then they kind of help them. We're very much into the opposite of being proactive, helping districts, and not only districts, but bringing the community together, because without the community, we can't do what we need to do for our students on a daily basis. So anyway, there's my whole thing of a quick overview. If you want more, like I said, go to the website. You could click, actually read about each of the divisions and all that fun stuff. So if you have any questions, but I wanted to make sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Mandoburo, the busiest guy in most rooms he walks into.
I would like to add that when Trustee Cisneros goes, because we nominated her to serve on the AACBE board, and when we go to different boards and when we go to different conferences throughout California, Kern County always stands out. And no matter where you are in those conferences and what you do, they'll say, oh, you're from Kern County. You do such and such, you do such and such. And we do have very innovative, hands-on learning experiences for our students, and well as some great programs for our teachers and staff and operations on how we function here. So it's very much a privilege to be here on this board, and it's very much of a privilege to have all of you in the audience and to say hi, that you are part of what we do. So thank you to all of you. Thank you. Okay.
If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to let you know.
Are you tired? He's
I
tired.
want no sticky notes on your computer.
We're on action item 4.0. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I missed that. 3.33, Charter Schools Annual Review Presentation Reports, and I'm looking forward to hearing from everybody here.
So this is our annual school report review that Kimberly Graham will review for you. She'll go through all the charters, and then I believe each charter has time to respond if they would like.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I'm going to turn this over to Kimberly, who put this all together with her team.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. As mentioned, my name is Kimberly Graham. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Local, Regional, and Statewide Systems of Support. Tonight I'm going to be sharing a report of the charter school oversight reviews for the charters that we authorize. After I finish the presentation, all 4 charters will have an opportunity to respond and share some highlights with you afterwards. One thing to note that the charter oversight review reports are from 24-25, so they are from last year. This slide shows the list of charters that we authorize, the location, the date established, the grades served, and enrollment, and again from last year, and then their renewal year. And just a reminder, the responsibilities of the authorizing agency are to have a designated contact from the authorizing agency to facilitate communication and also support. Authorizing agencies are required to perform annual visits to charter schools. The authorizing agencies are responsible for ensuring that charter schools comply with required reports and reporting obligations. Also responsible for the continuous monitoring of the charter school's fiscal conditions. And then lastly, regularly update the CDE on the status of the charter schools. The annual reviews are conducted yearly. They are conducted by a charter review team from KCSOS. And this is to ensure adherence to the charter's terms and conditions, the MOUs, and also the relevant laws. So this chart shows the compliance focus areas that the team is reviewing. And then I've also listed the team members that were responsible for each section of the report. The compliance focus areas are general requirements, fiscal and business operations, educational program and assessment, facilities, governance, human resources, and also student services. Okay, so I'm going to go through each of the charter reports. They will include successes. Some will also have areas of need for improvement, and then also any findings. So first up, we have Wonderful College Prep Academy, Delano and Lost Hills. I only have strengths to report for Wonderful. Wonderful is recognized for offering an exceptional instructional program that meets educational standards and promotes student success. The charter is praised for providing modern, well-equipped facilities that enhance the learning environment and also support effective teaching practices. I want to also note that both sites had perfect reviews. We continue to appreciate the diligence of both the Wonderful schools, their staff, and the board to ensure full compliance with all components of the charter petition, ed code, and also their MOUs. Next, we have Ridgecrest Elementary Academy for Language, Music, and Science, otherwise known as RELMS. The strengths for RELMS: the administration and board are praised for continuously enhancing school grounds and classrooms, creating an inviting and supportive environment for students and staff, and also their commitment to improvement. Notable progress has been achieved in resolving previous compliance issues, reflecting a strong dedication to ongoing improvement and also adherence to standards. Some areas in need of improvement are in Section 3, Educational Program and Assessment. It is suggested to enhance the development of a comprehensive multi-tiered intervention strategy to better support diverse student needs. Also to strengthen designated and integrated English language development programs to align with ELA and ELD standards and improve student language proficiency. Expand play-based centers in transitional kindergarten following the California Preschool TK Learning Foundations to foster early learning and development. To establish a professional learning community aimed at supporting data-driven interventions to better meet student learning objectives. And to promote the universal application of research-based instructional practices to enhance teaching effectiveness and also for student outcomes. These are the findings of non-compliance. The first one is in section 1D for board policy updates. The current discipline policy requires revision to ensure it mandates immediate intervention by school personnel when discrimination, harassment, intimidation, or bullying is observed. And also in section 6A, human resources, the charter must maintain TB documentation for all staff members, regardless of their employment duration. So that's including those that are employed for fewer than 60 days. Next, we have GROW, Public Schools. For strengths, GROW school sites offer state-of-the-art learning environments that support innovative teaching and learning experiences. Their Edible Schoolyard program serves as a countywide model. This program effectively engages students in a hands-on learning process from garden to table and market, enriching their educational experience. Also, the Student Parent Handbook is noted for its thoroughness and high quality, providing clear guidance and support for students and parents alike. Oops, sorry about that. All right, areas in need of improvement. So section 3, educational program and assessment. Instruction should more consistently integrate strategies aligned with the California ELD standards. This approach will better support English language learners by simultaneously developing content knowledge and also academic language. Also, classroom observations indicate a need to enhance teachers' understanding and application of the California ELD standards during designated ELD sessions to improve learning outcomes for English learners. The findings for non-compliance are in section 7 for student services. The charter must ensure that information about resources supporting LGBTQ students is proactively shared with all certificated staff serving grades 7 through 8, rather than an only as needed basis. Okay, we have Central Academy of Arts and Technology, otherwise known as CAT. The strengths for CAT. CAT is commended providing diverse learning opportunities through its instructional program, including art and technology, staying true to its mission. These students benefit from a tiered system of interventions, offering multiple learning opportunities and addressing varying educational needs. The charter is noted for its unique and inviting learning environment that fosters student engagement and also motivation. The administration and board are recognized for their creativity in adapting facilities to effectively serve the school's needs and also to enhance the educational experience. For areas in need of improvement, section 5 for governance. Ensure that the board meeting minutes posted online consistently align with their respective agendas to comply with government code. Also, to strengthen adherence to the Brown Act by having legal counsel present during closed session board meetings when necessary. For section 7, student services, continue community outreach efforts to increase enrollment of socioeconomically disadvantaged and Hispanic students, aiming to better reflect BCSD student demographics. Also, clearly define the offenses for involuntary removal in the Student Parent Handbook to fulfill the MOU requirements. Findings of non-compliance, section 1 in general requirements. The Charter Staff Handbook policy on discrimination and harassment reporting needs revision to fully align with penal and education code. It should mandate staff to take immediate action to intervene when safe upon witnessing acts of discrimination, harassment, intimidation, or bullying. In section 3 for instruction and assessment, the appropriate placement for students enrolling with individualized education programs could not be verified due to a lack of provided evidence. Also, the charter must strengthen its systems to ensure compliance with special education timelines, as 16 out of 30 annual and triennial reviews were completed late without excusable reasons. Timely reviews are critical for meeting legal obligations and supporting student needs. The charter needs to develop a plan to ensure transportation is available for special education students, requiring this service upon enrollment, ensuring that all related services are accessible. In Section 6, Human Resources, the charter must provide sufficient evidence of full compliance with the Child Abuse, Neglect, and Reporting Act. Ensuring all staff are trained and informed is crucial for legal adherence and also child safety. Evidence was lacking to confirm that the Department of Fair Employment and Housing issued poster on transgender rights is displayed in a prominent and accessible location. Also, 5 certificated teachers did not hold appropriate teaching credentials during the 24-25 school year. For Section 7 in Student Services, to align with item number 27 of its MOU, the charter needs to update its policies concerning suspension and expulsion for willful defiance. This ensures consistent and fair disciplinary practices. The charter must comply with Ed Code regarding in-school intervention or behavior supports. Policies and practices need updating to align with Ed Code, ensuring students are not suspended solely for voluntarily disclosing controlled substance or tobacco use. The charter must ensure that suspension and expulsion notices are provided in the native language of parents, guardians, social workers, or foster parents as required by Ed Code. This ensures clear communication and understanding of disciplinary actions. Section 7, Student Services. The charter needs to update its safety plan to comply with Ed Code, ensuring it includes emergency and evacuation adaptations for students with disabilities during all types of emergencies and evacuations. Staff and student parent handbooks require revision to align with Ed Code, ensuring recess is not denied to students in grades 1 through 6 unless their participation poses an immediate threat. The charter needs to update its suicide prevention plan to encompass all the components outlined in Ed Code, providing a comprehensive support and intervention strategies for student well-being. Also update the safety plan to include precise procedures for storing and administering emergency epinephrine auto-injectors, ensuring alignment with Ed Code. Okay, and that concludes my report for the oversight visits. Before I invite the charters to come up individually to present, they'll each have 5 minutes. Are there any questions that I might answer for you?
Thank you for that presentation. I did notice that GROW and Realms were both, one of the areas of improvement was ELD.
Yes.
Do you know why? Is that an area that they need improvement? I mean, I understand that they need the improvement, but have they received support yet in that area?
They have, and I
That's what I
am
thought.
quite sure that they're both going to speak to that when they have an opportunity to do so.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing else?
Okay,
Thank you, Kimberly.
you're welcome. At this time, I'd like to welcome the wonderful leadership to come on up.
Thank you very much, Dr. Graham. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, President Little, members of the board, Superintendent John Mendeborough. First of all, just thank you for the opportunity to highlight some of the work that we are proudly doing at both of our campuses at Wonderful College Prep Academy. My name is Jorge Aguilar. I serve as superintendent at Wonderful College Prep Academy. I'm very proud that this is my third academic year as superintendent at Wonderful College Prep Academy. And I'm joined this evening by a fantastic group of staff that I'd like to introduce very quickly. To my right and to your left, Megan Palomo, who's our Chief Academic Officer, Mike Romero, who's our Chief Business and Operations Officer, Lupe Sanchez, who is our Chief Engagement and Partnerships Officer. We also have some staff, Delia Felix, Yesenia Ramirez, Rick Phillips, all in our business services departments as well. Clearly, as you know, as leaders of an education enterprise, our work would not be possible. We serve our entire district, but what happens at the school sites is the responsibility of our site leaders who serve as instructional leaders on both of our campuses. And I just wanted to introduce those leaders, Acacia Bresson, Brenton DeFlitch, Roxana Navejas, and Leticia Balbuena as well. Who obviously lead both of our campuses, serving about 2,400 students, proudly serving students with great needs. About 88% of our students at Lost Hills and about 84% of our students in Delano are eligible for free and reduced lunch program. I want to especially just recognize all of your team members at KCSOS for their support throughout this process. A special thank you to Dr. Graham. I think Superintendent Mendiburo mentioned one of your retirees, Mr. Ernie Unruh, who serves on our board representing KCSOS. And I want to especially acknowledge Kathy Morris, who has led our annual oversight visits with a spirit of collaboration and partnership. She is always a trusted partner, a very honest partner, but provides the supports that we need to continue to improve our work at Delano and Lost Hills Wonderful College Prep. Very proud, of course, as you heard from Dr. Graham, that there are no findings this year at either of our sites at Wonderful College Prep Academy. For us, of course, that does not mean that our work is complete. In fact, we operate with the mantra that comes from improvement science, which is that we are probably wrong and definitely incomplete when we implement programming, and we strive to fail fast so that we can continue to improve in the services that we provide to our students. Our mission is very clear in that we are striving to graduate students who are critical thinkers and lifelong learners, who are prepared to earn a college degree and become the next generation of leaders in the Central Valley. And we remain steadfast in that mission as well. I want to just take a moment to talk to you about what our focus is for 25-26 as we prepare for this year's oversight visit as well. And we shared last year our working theory of improvement. Like KCSOS, we do implement and use improvement science principles in all of the work throughout our organization. And so we won't spend time talking about the working theory of improvement, which is the infographic to the left of this slide. But all of that work, all of those colors are designed to produce an outcome that falls under a high-quality Tier 1 aligned instructional system. That is what we strive to do in Delano, is what we do in Lost Hills, and what we do in Lost Hills is what you'll see at the Delano campus as well. And we do it with a lens of equity-oriented instructional culture, that our special ed students, that our English learner students, that all of the gaps that we see are closing over time, but all of our students' outcomes are increasing over time as well. And so you see that in the infographic there to your right. What you'll hear from us at Wonderful College Prep Academy is just some very simple goals. We are in year 2 of our professional learning communities effort, and those of you who know about PLCs, really year 1 is like year 0. So we think that we're still in year 1 because it is a multi-year strategy that we're looking to implement. We work with districts like Sanger Unified, which is in its 20th year of implementing a PLC model. So we have a long ways to go, but we feel very good about the work that we've been doing in our PLC work. We also are striving to focus on implementing a community schools philosophy that empowers our parents to demand even more services from us as their service providers. We seek to make sure that our community schools effort is tightly aligned and interwoven with our academic division as well. And we're very proud of the work that we've been doing in aligning our LCAP with our budget development process, so that every investment is student-centered and that we can align those investments to student outcomes that are measurable throughout Wonderful College Prep Academy. We're already seeing some of the benefits of these strategies that are multi-year in nature. We're proud to report that 100% of our students graduated at both campuses. That's 137 graduates in Delano and 34 in Lost Hills. You can see in the pictures, our students were honored with having our founders, Linda and Stuart Resnick, as keynote speakers at the Lost Hills graduation ceremony this year. 88% of our Delano graduates completed the A to G course pattern, and 100% of our Lost Hills students completed the A to G course pattern. 94% of our graduates were admitted to colleges and universities. 70% enrolled in a four-year university. 53 of our students received the state seal of biliteracy, and 14 received the state seal of civic engagement. Again, just a reminder, this is serving a population of 88% in Lost Hills and 84% in Delano of students that are eligible for free or reduced lunch. We're also proud that in addition to their high school diploma, we had 89 of our graduates who received their AA degrees as well. And so they had 2 graduations to celebrate with their loved ones this past year. I want to especially thank KCSOS and Superintendent Mendeburo and his team for the senior spotlight in one of your newsletters of our scholar Melissa Juarez from Lost Hills, who is headed in the next few days to UC Irvine as the quarter system is about to begin. And she's one of several students that graduated with 3 AA degrees. And again, she's a graduate from Lost Hills that we're very proud of. A couple of weeks ago, as I look to my left,
Do you have
these,
much more?
Snacks.
Do you have much more?
What?
Are you almost done with
Yes,
this?
yes. We were informed of having received the America's Healthiest Schools Award for both of our campuses. There are about 1,000 schools throughout the nation. About 168 are all-star awardees in that there are 9 criteria that have to be met. Both of our campuses met those criteria. Only 3 schools throughout the Central Valley received this distinction of an all-star. We're 2 of them, and the other one is in Madera. And finally, I'll just end by also celebrating our robotics team, which competed at the World Competition in Massachusetts this summer, and our scholar athletes. We're very proud that although we are known for the academic work that we do, little by little, our students are also excelling in sports, in volleyball, in basketball, throughout both of our campuses. And the final comment that I'll make is just, again, going back to our commitment to providing our students with a community schools philosophy and meeting the whole child needs of our students, social and emotional, academic, mental health. And so you see a lot of the activities from providing dental services, eyesight surgery. Over 50 students received a pair of glasses last year through our community schools work at WCPA. And none of this happens if you don't start strong. And we're very proud to have had a very strong start to the school year. 93% of our staff were retained. All of our principals came back as well. And you're seeing that kind of stability at the senior level as well. So with that, just want to thank you again for your commitment and your partnership with WCPA.
It was great report. Thank you for all the wonderful things you're doing. They're wonderful. Any questions for the board? Thank you again.
Amazing.
I'd like to welcome the leadership from Realms.
Hello again, I'm Don Bean, Superintendent, and with me is?
Elsa Hennings, the board chair.
So we're happy to be before you again. I think you get to see us at least annually, and one of the things that Kimberly mentioned was just the growth that we're trying to work on at Realms. We're a small school, about 236 students. A few years back, we just had 186, so we are improving in our enrollment numbers. We wanted to share this slide that just shows the compliance summary, where a few years back we were at 82% achievement in compliance, then 91, dropped down to 90, and this year about 99%. So there are just a couple items that we need to continue to work on to be in compliance, and that's something that is important to us. I share Jorge's thoughts about Kathy. She will be missed. She's been a wonderful asset in coming to the school and always being a very straight shooter with us, letting us know what it is we needed to work on. And for our team, that was great to be able to just jump in and work on those things and, as you can see, get results. Can we have the next slide, please? Am I supposed to do that? Someone's doing it for me, okay. So we did want to kind of quickly hit those bullet points. We are always trying to, again, improve and work on those things. So further development of defined multi-tiered intervention program. We'll continue to work with our classroom teachers. We do have a fairly high turnover every year because of the isolated desert community. We are striving to work on that and keep people for longer terms. This year, for the first time, we have 2 international teachers. And so that's been a great success for the school so far, and we're looking for that program to maybe continue as well. We want to work with the consortium SELPA and other resources to help our teachers improve their Tier 1 instruction. We're still at that point in our development where we need to focus on the Tier 1 and then look at best practices for meeting the needs of Tier 2 and Tier 3 intervention. For the designated and integrated ELD, to the question that Lori had, we're just continuing to look at best practices. One of the things about our ELD program is it's quite small. We only have about 15, 16 students that are classified as EL students. So as a result of that, we just have to kind of modify every individual classroom. We have some classes that don't have any EL students in them. So we have to look at, taking students from classes and combining them for that designated ELD time, as well as looking at that whole instructional window of how to best meet their developmental needs for language development and other things. So we're continuing to look at that program. Expanding play-based centers in TK. Last year, I think we were trying to overachieve and trying to teach kindergarten level curriculum to our TK students. And Amy Moser and others came in and said, no, that's a little more than the foundations are looking for right now, so back it up a little bit. We did purchase a whole bunch of play-based materials. They're in the TK classroom now, and the kids are utilizing those on a daily basis. So we've already addressed that. Building a professional learning community to support data-driven interventions. We became a member of KIDS just last year. I think we're one of 2 to be the very last ones to join. So we're really happy to be part of that network. We are now in the process of educating our staff on how to utilize that data, and this goes back to that PLC model, right? Looking at that data and then using that in those PLCs to help drive lesson planning and instruction. So that's very much on our radar. And then the final one there is advancing universal use of research-based instructional practices. For me, this kind of starts at the top. The assistant superintendent and I need to know what the best practices are, what the research says. So we just started a new charter leadership meeting yesterday where we're having an opportunity as charter school leaders to go to the other charter schools and see what they're doing. We can learn from our fellows here in the room. What are their practices? How are they successful? What models and what research-driven things are they doing? So I think that's an important opportunity for us. Also working with KCOE for our continuing improvement plans for attendance and instructional practices. Lily Rosenberger is coming over and helping drive those 2 continuous improvement plans. And we started that last year, and we're continuing it this year as well. So I think a lot of things that we already have in the works and things we'll be continuing to work on to improve our program. Can we have the next slide? He's doing it for us, yeah. So just a couple of things we wanted to end with. Some events that we're trying to do. For the first time, we've looked into Missoula Children's Theater. We do, we're getting funding for music and art in schools and other things. And so we wanted to invite this group to come in. We've set up a date for April 6th through 10th. and they're going to be coming in and working with our school, as well as we plan to reach out to some other small schools in our town. We have a Christian school and a Catholic school that often aren't plugged into these kind of resources, so to split the cost of these events and to invite these other schools in to work with our charter school is a great opportunity for everyone in our little community. We also plan to have some science fairs. We started that locally last year and the year before within our school, but again, we'd like to reach out and have cross-school competitions and bring more of the community together in that way. Spelling bee as well. Next slide, please. This is just a little picture of Alice in Wonderland. That's what our school decided they wanted to do as part of that, so we're really looking forward to that. That'll be the week after our spring break, so the kids will come back refreshed and have an opportunity to jump into this children's theater group. And finally, just a thank you on behalf of all the students and staff at Realms. We want to thank the board and all of the staff that work with us. This last year, we took advantage of the IT services, and as I said, we're part of the SELPA consortium, and then also the fiscal services that we partake from the county. It's a great resource to us, and we really appreciate it. We have some first grade students there on the bottom right, and then on the left, our students enjoying Camp Keep last year. It's a great thing. We take part in that every year, and even though we have a small number, they really look forward to Camp Keep. So thank you very much. Any questions
Thank you for the great report. I'm so glad things have turned around and it looks great. It's very positive and a nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the board?
I agree with that. And as far as the ELD, I know you're looking into best practices. Have you been able to find other charters with that few of students? I think you said 15 to 16. Have you been able to find another model of how they're doing that?
Not yet in terms of another school. We've really been just focusing on the curriculum and the programs that we can use within what we've adopted already, and then an external program for the separate part of the instructional day.
Okay.
But we've not really looked at other schools, so we'll do more of that.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that because they probably have a system in place, but that is tricky, having that few students to pull
Right.
that off. But I hope you can figure that out because I know you agree that's an important community to
Like
make
all
sure
of
to
our small
focus on.
subgroups, yes, they're just one of
Yeah.
a number of students
It's
that we have to look at that do or don't get reported on the dashboard, but they're very important to us as a community.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you for driving all this way and coming and making a report.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
I'd like to welcome the leadership from GROW.
Good evening, Superintendent Minneborough, President Little, and board members. It is a pleasure to be with you all this evening. Rick Esquivel, Superintendent at Grow Public Schools. We'd like to begin with gratitude, continued gratitude and appreciation for the support that we received not only from you in believing in our mission, but also from the staff across KCSOS. This does mark year one of being under one countywide benefit. And so to serve as a model for what this looks like across the state. I've had the pleasure of sharing our story across the state through both the charter school associations to learn more, and we're seeing more and more networks eager to think about what the countywide benefit could mean for them. We are also in acknowledgement and in receipt of the feedback. We absolutely care deeply about all of our priority groups of students, and we do have a brief update on our English learners as it relates to our focus for the year and as it relates to our strategic plan as we think about the future. I am also happy to share that our Grow Public Schools board just adopted our 5-year strategic plan. Our 2030 roadmap has been a year-long process where we brought together our community, our stakeholders, to again drive where we seek to be by 2030. Really thinking of a future where, with these both enhanced mission and vision statements, we continue dedicating our focus around academic excellence, and truly with the key element here of empowering students, really enabling students to believe in themselves, to be confident, so that when they graduate, one, they have the foundations for health and wellness, college and career readiness, and lifelong success. Our vision, of course, is to continue supporting the rural communities, the underserved communities of Kern County, and having a place in the choice spectrum for our families, again, that leads to a life of opportunities for all of our students. So at this time, I'd like to also introduce the newest member of our leadership team, Heidi Waterstrat, our Chief Academic Officer, who just joined our team again this past July. Heidi comes with us both with heart and deep experience in this work, and she's quickly become a vital part of our team. So today, Heidi will share a few academic highlights and our academic focus for the year.
Thank you. Can I just say how thrilled I am to be here tonight and to officially be a part of Grow Public Schools? A little over 2 months ago, I packed up a Penske truck and I relocated my family thousands of miles because I was so compelled by the work that I saw happening at Grow Academy Arvin in particular. So we moved from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and now we are here.
Most people want
Yes.
to go to Oklahoma.
And happy to be residents of Bakersfield. My husband keeps telling me that Bakersfield is the Tulsa of California, and I have to say it does feel like home. So I'm excited to share tonight some of our network highlights that I think are a real reflection of investments that we've made in high-quality instructional materials and providing our instructional staff with differentiated professional learning so they can meet the needs of all students, especially those farthest from educational equity, like English learners and students with IEPs. And the proof is in the pudding. So I'd love to share some four-year impact here. What you see in these charts demonstrates that we continue to increase meaningfully the percentage of students who are meeting and exceeding standard while also decreasing the percentage of students not yet there. This is our ELA results. And then on this slide, you see similar trends in math. What we are not satisfied with, and where we will not rest, is wanting to decrease that orange or yellowish bar until it's non-existent. And to that end, we've been really focused on our designated ELD instruction as well as integrated ELD. We provided internal professional learning, but we're also leveraging professional supports through KCSOS as well as RICO. And I'm excited to be participating in that development myself to deepen my understanding and skill set as part of nested leadership development. Our leaders matter, similar to what was shared by our sister charter over at Wonderful. And so I'm excited to introduce one of our fabulous principals, Cheyenne Ledford, who leads at Grow Academy Arvin.
Thank you, Heidi. Good evening, everyone. I just recently transitioned from our Shafter campus, so I'm proud to share some highlights really from both campuses. There we go. So last year, our scholars at both campuses engaged in meaningful opportunities that prepared them for their futures and nurtured their well-being. They explored career paths during Career Day, for example, visited a local community college, as you see there, where they became renegades for the day, and all the while learning the importance of health, balance, sustainability in our cafe and edible schoolyard program. Meanwhile, of course, on campus, small group instruction and blended learning give them that personalized support that they need to thrive. And with all of this strong foundation, our scholars are poised for yet another year of discovery, growth, and success. With that, I'll turn it back over to Rick.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you, Heidi. Again, we'd like to close on behalf of Grow Public Schools, just sincerely appreciating you for your continued support of our mission and your thoughtful partnership. To conclude, I'd like to introduce Layla, one of our students, who will highlight why Grow is important to her.
My school is probably one of my favorite places to go because you get to explore. You have like more experience, to have fun, to learn new things, and to try new things. They make it really fun whenever you're nervous about like a test or something. They make the test fun. One thing that's special about garden is that during garden, we get to like harvest foods, plant new things, and feel new textures. This year, I tried a radish for my first time. The radish tasted like not too sweet, not flavored. It had just the right amount of flavor, and they let us have tahini with it, and then it added more of like a little more flavor, and then it tasted really good. I would say you should probably come to Grow. It's probably like one of my favorite places.
Next time we will bring radishes and tahini to share. Thank you very much. That concludes our presentation.
And I'd like to welcome the leadership of CAT.
Hi, good evening, members of the board and Dr. Mendeborough. We want to thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Greg West. I'm the new CEO of Central Academy of Arts and Technology, and I'm honored to present on behalf of our board of directors, two of which are here tonight, Mrs. Lila Ray and Mrs. Leslie Waters, as well as our superintendent, Dr. Joanna Kendrick. For those of you who I have not met, I'm a longtime educator and charter leader in Kern County. I worked with Dr. Kendrick as an administrator in the beginning of years at Paramount Bard Academy, now known as Wonderful College Prep, and later as a principal and then as a director at Grimway Schools, now known as Grow Public Schools. We like the name CAT. We don't plan on changing it here in the near future. Recently, I was an administrator here at the county office over the Kids Data Program and had the opportunity to learn more about our school systems across the county. In the first years of a charter school, oversight highlights areas to improve. Yet I've seen how quickly strong teams can move to zero findings, especially with the hard work that I know Dr. Kendrick has done before and the dedication that our team has committed to make this happen. I want to address the recent oversight findings. While the list may appear lengthy, most items are wording adjustments and handbook updates, not violations of law or MOU. Our practices at CAT are sound. We simply need clear documentation and better communication. A few key areas require deeper attention, and we take that very seriously. We are committed to full compliance, and we look forward to working closely with Kimberly and Lily in her new oversight role. As educators, we embrace the process of continuous improvement, and you have our commitment that we will use these findings as an opportunity to strengthen our systems. Now, while compliance is important, what we're most excited to share with you tonight is the extraordinary progress and the momentum happening at CAT. CAT is Bakersfield's first seat-based charter school, expanding access and choice for families in Bakersfield. We are focused on innovation. We blend creativity, rigor, and hands-on learning to prepare students for college, career, and life. And we do all of this in close partnership with families. Our academic model accelerates learning through joyful, engaging classrooms where teachers use data to guide instruction and students take ownership of their success. This past year, our students achieved remarkable academic growth. On the iReady assessment, English Language Arts proficiency rose from 22% in the fall to 60% in the spring, a 38-point growth. This progress extended across every grade level, demonstrating that even students who had struggled for years to attain reading proficiency made significant gains at CAT. In math, we saw a 20-point gain overall, with our youngest learners building strong foundational skills that will support them throughout their journey. The growth in the lower grades give us confidence that we are on the right trajectory. Our preliminary state test results confirm this progress. The alignment between our classroom growth and our state results show our strategies are working. We are especially proud of the fact that our students are keeping pace and even outperforming the state average in ELA that was set in 23-24. Once full statewide results are released, we are confident that we will be among the top performing districts in Kern County. This is not the typical performance of a first-year school. Last spring, we partnered with a nationally recognized new teacher project who spent 2 days observing classrooms, surveying families, and listening to students. These results were powerful. 100% of families with students on an IEP reported being satisfied or highly satisfied with our program. 91% of families said they are fully informed on their students' academic progress, and 96% of families strongly agreed that CAT sees them as a partner in their child's education. Our students echoed these results. 95% said they have positive relationship with peers and staff. 96% reported that CAT has a positive learning environment, and 90% of middle schoolers said they feel we are preparing them for their future. This external validation affirms our strong culture, valued families, and thriving students, and reflects our team's commitment to continuous improvement. We are proud to offer daily arts and technology electives from dance, choir, artificial intelligence, and STEM. These all set us apart, spark creativity, and build future-ready skills. These successes have created a new energy in our community. Families want to be a part of what's happening at CAT, and teachers want to join our team. Looking ahead to the 25-26 school year, enrollment has grown from 230 to 520 students. We currently have a wait list of 345 students wanting to join our school. We are proud to share that teacher retention was 100% this year, and our special education enrollment has increased by 55 new students, bringing us to 15% special education students. We are also partnering and strengthening our partnerships with our community, with KCSOS for technology, transportation, food services, and professional development, with First Presbyterian Church for additional classrooms, a playground, and a full gymnasium. On the academic side, we are preparing our first dual enrollment classes for our 9th grade students with Bakersfield College. We are also working with CSUB to launch 2 new pathways, one in arts and one in STEM. We are also enhancing our college-going culture through individualized planning with March Consulting to provide individualized family and student counseling for college planning. At CAT, we believe that college is accessible and attainable for all students. In just 1 year, CAT has been able to grow, improve, and expand, all while managing the daily intricacies of building a school community from the ground up. We deeply value your partnership and support as we continue this journey together. I want to personally invite all the board members to visit the school that you made possible and see for yourself all of the wonderful things that are happening at CAT. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. West. Any comments or questions from the board? None. Well, it's good to see all of the charter schools here tonight and the growth that happens in teaching our students in Kern County, and I thank you for all that you do. Look forward to even better reports next time. So let's see, what are we on now? 4.1, consent agenda. And 4.11, approval of graduation diplomas.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. 4.2, general business, since 4.21, presentation and approval of Prop 28 report.
This is a annual report on Prop 28. Jonathan Medina will have a brief update for you in regards to what it means before your approval.
Hi, John, where were you sitting? I hadn't seen you all night.
I was hanging out over in the shadows. Good evening, board. So as you recall, voters approved Prop 28, and so now 1% of general fund revenues are now allocated to school districts. And as part of receiving that funding, we're required to now report on what we did with those funds. And then it's required to be acted on by the board before it's formally submitted to the CDE. So again, in your packets, you should have received a document, and this is exactly what we're submitting to CDE, explaining what we're doing. And I just want to read a little snippet, kind of from the core section of really the main points of what we did this with these funds. So just starting from the middle, 5 schools were served throughout the county this spring, including CLC Tech, North Kern Community School, Irwin Owen High School, CLC Junior High, and Jameson Center. 131 students participated in a variety of activities, including beanie making, soap making, mug making, heat pressed art, and string art. The Alternative Education Program is in the process of contracting with the Kern Arts Council to bring additional creative opportunities to our students in 25-26. One highlight this year was a service project where CLC Tech high school students undertook knitting beanies to donate to the neonatal unit at Kern Medical Center, and Prop 28 funding made this possible. But again, if you have any questions, this is exactly what we're submitting to the California Department of Education. Welcome any questions that you might have at this time.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Motion?
Moved, so moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, so ordered. Now we are on report of County Board of Trustees, and before we do that, I would like to present the finished video of the luncheon and the two luncheons that we did with the Corton Community Schools. Can we play that now? That way, if you have any
Welcome, everyone.
discussion or
My name is
presentation.
Lori Cisneros, and I'm on the Kern County Board of Education. And our board helps oversee your students' learning and their progress. But that's not why we're here. We're here because we care. Mary Little and I, we brought it to the board for approval to have this luncheon, and they agreed. It was unanimous. It's just awesome to see an idea come to fruition, and here we are to enjoy this day together.
The Thanksgiving celebration that we had, we were able to really interact with them and show them how much we cared about them. We were able to serve them. Anything we can do to help students develop that sense of esteem and self-assurance.
We make a lot of decisions that affect these students and their families, and sure, we can make all these decisions of policies and things that we think that they need, but if we don't mingle with them, if we don't get to know them, then how do we know how it's going to affect them? It's not just me sitting behind that mahogany desk making decisions, but I really do have them in mind, and I really do want to know what's best for them.
The best part about it is just seeing all the students and their families coming together. It was a dream and an idea that came from our Board of Trustees, and seeing this become a reality is not only meaningful for the board, but I think for the students and families to sit down, really talk, have a good meal, and share time together.
Our ed students, they don't always get the chance to experience the things found in traditional schools. So let's develop something that's going to give them a sense of pride and community. It's going to enhance the parent-child relationship, and they can take this and develop positive goals for the rest of their life.
It's a bridge, you know, to connect the board, the staff, the admin, the teachers, the families, parents. I mean, it's like we're a huge community, and I think it's really important that we focus on bringing us together. So I think this is worthwhile, to take time out of our days to gather together and get to know everyone. And it's like a new start, and that's what we want to encourage them with. It's a new start in their lives, and they can make a difference.
I want to thank John Lanko for the great job he did in putting that together, so thank you so much. I wanted to get this and have it presented at the CSBA conference coming up in December, but unfortunately the window for submitting entries has been passed, so we will have to do it next year, but we can always add to what we have here and make it even a better presentation for next year, and hopefully it'll be considered and we'll be able to present at the next conference. So I wanted to thank John again and all the people that put that together. There were so many community members that made that possible. So it's a great event, and I think we started a new tradition here in Kern County. With that, I will go to board reports, and Jose, do you have a report?
Nothing to report.
Oh, it's nice to have you here, Jose. Trustee Cisneros, do you have a report?
Sure. A couple updates on what's going on in our nation, actually. So on September 2nd, a House Joint Resolution 118 was introduced by Republican Michael Cloud and sponsored by Republican Glenn Thompson. It calls for the designation of, quote, the Day of the Bible on September 12th. The resolution highlights the historical significance of September 12, 1782, when Congress approved the first English language Bible printed in America, the Aitken Bible, famously known as the Bible of the the Bible of the Revolution. If this resolution passes, it will urge schools and civic organizations to observe the day with educational programming, and will call on the president to issue an annual proclamation. And then the United States Department of Justice Religious Liberty Commission held its second hearing on September 8th, yesterday, focusing on religious freedom in public schools, public education. Testimonies from students and parents highlighted cases where individuals were censored or penalized for religious expression in schools, such as wearing Christian messages, refusing certain books, or including references to God in speeches. President Trump and the Attorney General Pam Bondi emphasized strengthening protections for parental rights and student religious expression. Trump promised that the Department of Education will soon issue new guidance to explicitly protect the right to pray in public schools. So I just wanted to inform you of those two things. And as I was doing research, the California State Board of Education is looking for a student member. This is just to let the public know and the board. The student must be a senior in high school in the 26-27 school year. It is a one-year term commitment, and the deadline to apply is September 19th. And the student can apply at the California Department of Ed website, which is cde.ca.gov. So I thought that one might be a good opportunity from, if we could send somebody from Kern County, that would be cool. And then I just want to say this to the teachers out there. If you're an educator, I want to share a word of encouragement that my dad always told me. The first few weeks of school are like the space shuttle re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. The first few weeks of school are like the space shuttle re-entering and shaking and on fire and out of control, basically. But then soon you will break through the barrier, and it will be a smooth sailing from there. So put your seatbelt on and hang on for the ride, all you teachers out there that are starting out the school year. It'll smooth out in a little bit. You'll get through all the staff meetings, the trainings, the back-to-school events, and establishing your rules and procedures in your classrooms. And thank you for all that you do to prepare our students for their future. You are important. I want to make sure teachers out there hear that. And I have a proposal for this board about the recordings of our board meetings. I know as it is now, the recordings stay on the website for 1 year, and I'd like to propose that we extend that. My dream would be indefinitely, so we can look at past recordings whenever we need to. I have done some research on other school board sites and how they track all of that. And the best one I've seen is where they have the date and then the agenda next to that, and then the minutes, and then a link to the recording. And it goes all the way back to 2020 for this particular board. But I'd like to see if we can extend beyond just the year of saving those videos from our meetings.
Is it possible to archive them so we could pull them up, so they could pull them up somehow, Steve? Is it possible to archive them and then they could pull them up somehow?
From the website?
Mm-hmm.
That would be great if the board likes that idea. I think it would be great for people to look back if they wanted to.
Well, I did notice, I do keep an eye on, I think, by the way, I think our website is still one of the best in Kern County.
I agree with that. Thank you. I agree. Yes. And it's really easy to follow.
It is.
like
I was
that.
looking at it yesterday and I thought, you know, this is a great website. Now I totally lost my train of thought.
Archiving?
Is it going to be on the website?
It's gone.
I don't know if that needs to be a board vote or just a discussion, or how do we go from here?
Well, I think if we keep them there for a year and then archive the rest after, they can still pull them up. I know that's what I was going to say is that I noticed last month there was over like 100 hits on watching our board. So it is worthwhile to have it up and running, and people do listen and watch what we do.
So when you say archive, would they be on that same link or a different link?
I think archive, they'd be accessible. You
Okay.
actually go into an archive field and go ahead and pick a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do it one of two ways. We could have it where this, you go to the website, you see a certain amount of them, and we can keep them going back as far as you want. Or just know we can archive them, and if somebody says, hey, do you have the meeting from a year ago, even if it's not on the website, we can show them.
Yeah, I think that's acceptable.
Just know that both are possible.
I like the archive.
Okay.
Okay.
The reason we
Yeah, okay, cool.
not archived, multiple years, although we just started, but it does get cluttered after a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that, if somebody says, I want the meeting from a year and a half ago, and it's not on the website, we'll make sure we archive them so that we can at least have it available.
Good to
Okay.
know, yeah, thank
I
you.
think that's acceptable. Is that okay with you,
Yeah,
trustees?
that sounds great, thank you. I like that.
And then, just for note, because I was not in the seat then, I can't remember if the board passed a policy that established a year, or was it just something that
I
was said?
don't
We can
think we
look it
had a
up.
policy on it. I
Okay.
think it was just
We'll verify, I can't remember. I know there was a lot of discussion.
The board talked about having a year.
We did, but I don't think it was a
But no
policy, no.
Okay, I just didn't want to have a policy out there and then
No, true,
have it come
yeah.
back on. Yeah, so we'll
Okay.
verify and then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, it was no policy.
Okay,
So you're gonna go
Yeah.
from here forward with this, or are you gonna now pull anything back from the times you started streaming this?
What we'd like to do, with your pleasure, is moving forward, we'll, put as many as you want on there versus trying to go back and post them, but just know we have, if somebody for some reason wants to see a past one, we'll have it.
Okay.
they would,
We have them, the public ones.
okay, yeah, we have someone from the audience that would be interested in the past ones. So if they're interested in the past, they would reach out to KCSOS? Email? Okay,
Maybe there's a link there. If you're looking
okay.
If you're looking for a past video, click here.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll
So
update the
Steve,
site,
could we add a
Steve.
link to that says,
If you're looking for a
request
past
for archive video?
archive
click,
video
and it gets
request, and
emailed?
it just automatically drops it to you.
But I'll have
Okay.
a statement on there that says if you want one that's not here, email it. And I'll put my
Oh, perfect, that sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Great idea.
Oh, thank you. And the last thing was just that it's time to start planning our next Thanksgiving lunch. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'm excited about doing that again. And not yet. I don't think we have a date. We haven't even started. Normally, last year, I say normally, but we've only done it one time. But the staff reached out to us, and then whoever wanted to participate in the planning was participating, and then we were able to nail down a date. And I know Mary and I have talked about maybe some ideas on how we can include more students this year. So we would love to share our ideas and get that going. I'm excited about that, so.
Yeah, and then feel free to jump in if you guys
Yes.
want to help, so.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
a wonderful event, it's very touching.
It's fun. No, we had a great time. It was really special, so. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Then you'll email us and, okay. Go from there. Anything else, trustee?
That's all.
Okay. Trustee Robinson?
Yeah, it's been quite a month for me, actually, and for a couple of other board members who went to Sacramento. That was the 19th, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was really, really, what was cool about this, Dr. Mendeborough let me know, he let us all know via email, that they'd gone ahead and put AB 84, AB 495, and AB 727 in the suspense file. Very, very confident, he told me, of course, once they're in the suspense file, they seldom get out. Well, they waited about 2 days after the visit to, up to Sacramento, where I think probably close to 4,000 people showed up.
Yep.
That was quite a day.
It was.
And Bakersfield was very, very well represented, as was Kern County. And then they turned around and all of a sudden it's in appropriations and it's going to the floor for a vote. And I've been assured by Dr. Bendenborough that this time he means it, and that he's got some good information about AB 495.
He's going to update us.
Yeah, so I don't even have to take another bus trip to Sacramento, thank you very much. Food's great, but that's a creepy town. It truly is. I think I'm Bakersfield born. And the day at the library, if you have not been to the Christian Library, right next to Tastries Bakery on Rosedale Highway, you need to go. You really and truly need to go. We had 4 trustees that were there, I think, 3 or 4 of us? I thought, you were there?
4 of us.
Yeah.
4 off our board.
Yeah.
1 off of Greenfield.
And, Kern High School District.
Kern High School and.
Mhm. But this is, yeah.
Just combine us all.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I was told that this is I think that Pastor Tom said it was the only Christian library in the United States. I don't know if that's true or not, but they've got about 14,000 books in there, and it's not just a place to go for the kids to go, even though it is very, very kid-centered. But he's got religious texts from just about everywhere. It's a fantastic place, and it is absolutely, positively worthy of the support of the citizens to go ahead and to go in there and patronize this particular library. You can check books out, and we need to patronize it. We need to support it.
There you go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, my God.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a wonderful corner of Bakersfield there with two faith-based operations that are really, really doing some fabulous work. And I'd like to see this library get as much ink as Tastries Bakery is getting right now for all the trials that they're going through with this ridiculous lawsuit. So 2 places to go and support, but we had a great time reading to the kids. It was just a marvelous, marvelous morning. It really and truly was. So if you're looking for something to do any day, I think they open at what time? They open at 9, I think, during the week?
No, I think it's like 10 or 11.
But regardless, Pastor Tom is an absolutely wonderful guy. He really and truly is, and this is a labor of love, and it does need the support of the community. And otherwise, aside from all the crazy stuff that's happening in the news, which is not fit to report, that's all I got. It was all good news this month, too. I rather enjoyed that. I'm done.
Thank you, Jim. Trustee McConnell?
I really don't have anything, but I do want to say thank you to the CTE culinary program. I'm really impressed by the quality of the product those kids are putting out. I mean, I had a brownie, that was fantastic. There goes my diet, but that was fantastic. And I hope those kids put those skills to good use, because they have a bright future in the business if they want to stick to it. Also, that video that you guys showed of the luncheon, that was well produced. Who produced that?
John.
Good job, that was excellent. That was really professional. Really good job, guys. That's all I got.
Trustee Epke?
Well, you know what, I think you're gonna have to start on Joe and our side, because if you start on that side, and they take all my thunder, they take everything.
All right, next time remind me and I'll start down there.
Oh, I don't want to hear.
You know, the bus ride, the reading the books, you know, they take it all. So anyway, I was on the bus too. I also read a book. I was dressed as Mrs. Claus though, okay?
Yes, you were.
So I got to be in, 110-degree weather. My husband and I were dressed up. But I did go to Greenfield, had open house. So I did go to Granite Point's open house, beautiful school. Greenfield's doing a lot of remodeling out there. So it was kind of nice. Today is 150 years in mission for the state of California. I still love California, even though we need a lot of prayer. And I was really impressed. I'm with you, Joe. I'm really impressed with the culinary stuff that the kids do. I worked with those kids, so it was kind of cool to see the turnaround that they do. I was teasing Mr. Gomez because he was our cook when I worked at probation, and now he's running it. So that's kind of really cool to see him promote up to running the cooking area. But I would be a duty supervisor, and I would have the keys to the kitchen and be working a graveyard and sneak in there, and I got free food, so.
Mrs. Claus with the keys.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I would always steal cookie dough, but other than that, that's all I have to say, because she started on that side. But I want to thank you too, Dr. Mindenborough, for the presentation. This Kern County does a lot. This is a big program. And I know I tease you guys a lot that every time I go somewhere that don't have any parking because you guys take the buildings. But no, this is an amazing program, amazing program. And I'm glad I get to be just a little bit part of this program. So thank you for sharing today.
Well, we're glad you're here. Trustee Beechner?
I participated in Kern County College Night last night. Very well done by KCSOS and the partners. I probably saw 4,000 high school students come through, very eager. It's nice to see them looking at college and opportunities. A lot of them coming with a lot of dual enroll experience already, and definitely looking at the career tech ed. I will say, after 25 years in education, I have seen it go full circle. When I first started teaching, we were doing away with the auto shops, the home ec, the architectural design, and we've missed a huge part of education in that window where we went to the standardized test. And it's finally coming back that we are seeing it is the skill, it is the hands-on workforce skill that has got to be trained. And it starts in our schools. I had a principal reach out and said, you know, what should we do that's unique at this high school that could be offered that won't be offered at any other school? And I said, it's anything that is career driven, that is the hard and the soft skills. And so there's so much out there. So to see that in the probation department and with our court schools, it's so impactful. I see those students at BC. I see them come out of court and community schools. I see them come out of jail and go to school at BC, and that is where they are hitting the mark. They are looking for those things that are those skills. So power to all of you that are doing those things. I think that is where we answer the question of math and science and reading, is we've got to give the skills. Those are the things that are going to increase those graduation rates, and those science and math rates and reading are just, they're going to go up because the kids are engaged. You know, I asked some kids last night to tell me about the change in their pocket, and most of them didn't know what change was. So I'm like, okay, that's a penny, that's a quarter, that's a nickel, that's a dime. They don't use it anymore. They don't see it. We are losing those things. So power to CTE. Thank you very much. I will also report on my own end, a very career-driven event. That is the Bakersfield College Rodeo is taking place November 8th and 9th. I do have some extra flyers if anybody would like one. And I do say career-driven because it's 225 college students. They are CSU and JC students and UC students that participate. So they are not only academic, but also on the athletic side. And so it's really exciting. It's also very community driven. And then I have probably about 200 volunteer students in my animal science program and the agriculture program that volunteer to put on all kinds of parts of that event. So they learn a lot about fundraising and about how to plan an event. And so it's been supported by 6,000 people last year who came and were in attendance. So I just want to kind of plug that for November 8th and 9th. Put that on your calendar. And that's all I have. Thank you.
It's a great event. Thank you.
Point of order real quick. I've noticed, speaking of change.
I got called on a point of order.
Yes, speaking of change, it says here on the roll call, Julie Beechner Towers.
Yes. I told my students, my last name has changed. My legal last name has changed. It only took me 2 years to get to the two worst places in America. That is the DMV and Social Security office. I finally got there and I got my last name changed, so.
Well, belated congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yes.
It is a pain, I know that.
And none of those services are online. No. You cannot change your name online anywhere, so. I don't know why it's so easy in school. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it is. It's certainly not easy for me.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You know, last month we approved the Title IX resolution, and after that, we have received nationwide recognition, and it's been very humbling. I've received several emails from both sides of the fence, Democrats and Republicans, or liberals or conservatives, however you want to term it. And I've sent a lot of those on to you. I respond to everyone that has sent me an email. And everybody has been extremely positive. The support has been overwhelming. So I think that's just something that I want to stand on, and I want to, I want everybody to be proud that we've done that. Linda McMahon did, Secretary of State did do a shout out to us, so if everybody did receive that. I don't know if you, did everybody get that?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't need to read it. But that's pretty cool that she gave us a shout out to us. My grandson, when he was 11 years old, was playing how do you say that? Jiu-jitsu. And so when he was 11 years old, he was paired with the owner's daughter. And he went up to his dad and he said, you know, this is a lose-lose situation with me. He said, if I win, I beat up a girl, and I'm not supposed to beat up a girl. I'm not supposed to win against a girl. And if I lose, or if I lose on purpose to a girl, I'm not supposed to do that either. So he quit jiu-jitsu at 11 years old, because he wasn't going to do that to a girl. So imagine what these girls are going through and what these boys are going through. It's not just affecting the girls. It's affecting the boys as well. And I think we need to make sure that, you know, when we just say we're standing up for the girls' sports, we have to make sure that we're including the boys as well. And that really got to me, so just keep that in mind. Standard School District has a new interim superintendent, and I heard things are going better over there, so I'm glad to hear that. I heard there was a lot of confusion with some of the staff over there, and so I'm glad Standard's getting up and running better. And I did call a special meeting for tomorrow. And if you cannot make it, can you please let me know? I want to make sure we have a quorum. Anybody can't make it?
I'll be at Dodger Stadium.
I'll be here, but can we have input from legal on that?
We can. Yep.
They'll be here to answer any questions
Okay.
for you.
I'll be here.
What time is this?
5:30. 5:30.
5:30.
Yes, I'll be here.
And it shouldn't take long. So it is in regards to Advocates for Faith and Freedom. Julianne Fisher, who's an attorney there, sent to Trustee Cisneros an email, and she forwarded it to me, and I asked her to send me more information. So I talked to her at length on Monday about what she wanted to, what her purpose was in contacting our board. And her firm was approached by a charter school here in California, I don't know which one, for a lawsuit with a male who wants to sue the charter school because he's not allowed to play sports with a girl. The firm is also representing Idaho and West Virginia, in which both instances a male has sued the state because the states have implemented a state law upholding Title IX on their own. And the students have said that's unconstitutional, and they are asking that to be overturned. It went to the Ninth Circuit, and right now it's in preliminary injunction. So now it's going to proceed to the Supreme Court. Oral arguments are going to be September 18th, thereabout. Their amicus brief is due the 13th or 14th, somewhere around there. She said they have to get it done. So they got a hold of our board because we did stand behind our Title IX, and they are asking all school districts in California to sign on as a signee in the lawsuit. That doesn't mean that we're going to be implicated in anything or that we're financially responsible for anything. It just means that we are supporting their stance in saying that Title IX is going to be federally upheld. So if we go ahead and adopt this tomorrow night at our board meeting, we will, Kern County Board of Education will be on that, and it will go to the Supreme Court, which is pretty substantial. I've never heard of a school board doing that before, and again, we're making history. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to stand behind our Title IX. Again, there's no cost to us, and we're just signing on as a signee, and there's other school districts tonight that are voting on it. The reason I asked for the special meeting and didn't do it tonight because I had to make sure it was posted for 24 hours in accordance to Robert's rules. So otherwise I would have tried to put it on the agenda for tonight, and I didn't want to.
Do you have the language of what we would be signing to?
I sent that to you in the
Okay.
email. So
I thought
that,
maybe it was
and
coming tonight,
no, Joe Mercano, I'm sure looked at it, and
Yes, Merrill sent it to us.
okay. So we can discuss that more tomorrow night. I
It's
don't.
been a two-part in the request for a special meeting. Was there a two-part email?
There's two documents. There's the agenda,
Okay.
the special meeting, and the document.
Okay, thank you.
So that'll give you a little brief understanding of why we need to meet tomorrow and see if we want to approve this.
So I'm allowed to zoom in, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to zoom in, but you're not able to vote.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Because we have to post within 24 hours where you're located, and because you're in Dodger Stadium, that is not able to be accessed by the public. So if any public members wanted to partner with you on the Zoom call, they wouldn't be able to get into the park because they would have to pay for a ticket to get in. And we did not post within 24 hours that you would not be here, you would be somewhere else. So you have to post within 24 hours of your zooming in and the address in which you would be zooming in from.
Okay.
We asked legal to make sure that, and they said without the 24-hour posting, but not only that, you're going to be in a location that somebody would have to pay to get into the park in order to join. So if somebody wanted to, which would be unlikely, but if somebody wanted to,
Right.
they would not be able to get in. So if you went to a Starbucks or somewhere local instead of going to this location where public can access it easily, like your home would be the typical, then you would be able to do it, but it would have to be posted 24 hours prior to.
Oh, okay.
Madam President, do we
Yes.
have a count on any other school districts that are actually also signing on to this?
She will know more maybe tomorrow because some of the school districts are voting tonight. I think she said there's 7 that she's contacted.
Is that just here in Kern County?
No, it's throughout the state.
Throughout the state? Okay, yeah, no trepidation, I was just wondering if we had any figures on that, so.
No, she didn't know for sure because many of them were voting tonight.
Thank you.
And with that, I don't have anything further. Any other comments on tomorrow night?
Trustee Askew, you could be on the recording here for this, but you are able to join in and you can speak during public comment on your opinion for it as well, too. I don't think there's anything illegal about that, so.
Okay.
Although I'm saying it's being recorded, but hey, what the heck? But just to let you know, because I don't want you to feel like you cannot participate in the meeting.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be in the parking lot at 5:30. I won't be in the game.
We haven't been able to post. We have to post within 24 hours of the meeting to let the public know that one of the board of trustees.
One board member is not here.
Yeah,
They're
one of the board
located
members,
in-
well,
Yeah.
the, It's required to notify the public that there would be a participant of the board, but it would not be able to make it to the board meeting unless there was an emergency, like a snow, you weren't, the roads were closed at the last minute, that type of thing, but.
I knew that they would be able to have a Zoom in, but I didn't know about the other part. Annabelle, you've been awfully quiet tonight. Do you have a report?
Not this time. I liked hearing about all of the things KCSOS did, though. They do a lot.
We do, don't we?
Yes.
So we're glad you're a part of it. Thank you for
The
being
snacks
here.
were also fun.
Well, we love having you here. Now, make sure you speak up if you want to say anything anytime.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're
And also
welcome.
too, for what it's worth, being a Dodgers fan is sometimes a treacherous thing.
Whatever. It's an Otani bobblehead night. Yeah.
Dr. Mendenborough?
I have just a couple of updates, just to let you know regards to policies that are being approved or not approved up in Sacramento. Carlos sent me this email as of 4:30 this afternoon, just to let you know, AB 84, Jim, is being put into a 2-year cycle. So it will not advance for this year. It will not advance on the floor. It will be brought back up in January. So they will bring it up for the next year's cycle. So we'll see where it ends up, but it will not be implemented into this current process.
Which is great news.
Yes. Great
Yep.
news.
California County Soups have also were happy because they were also opposed to it as well. AB 727, the student ID cards, it was heard on the Senate floor today and it was passed. That will go advance to the governor. Governor has till October 12th to sign all of these into law with a vote of 29 yeses, 9 nos, and 2 did not vote. So we'll see what happens when it gets to the governor's office. This is where the student ID, they have to, if we put on the student ID card, currently in Kern County, the student ID numbers or the phone numbers that are on the student IDs go to Kern Behavioral Health, and then they advances the students or whoever's calling from there. So we'll get more clarity if it does in fact get signed by the governor. The last one is AB 495, the caregiver affidavit. This one was in suspense file and then they brought it back out. It has not been heard yet on the floor. They have, I believe, until Friday.
Until Friday, yeah.
Then if it's approved, then it will go to the governor's office. It has had an amendment added to it where it specifies that it is extended family that would be part of the affidavit. It would no longer include the non-relative component.
So they're taking non-relative family and extended family.
So extended family, meaning that it has to be parent-driven. So we'll see what that actually means. Because right now, how the current language was written, it was non-family. So the neighbor, whoever can become a caregiver.
Did they, do you mind if I ask a question?
go ahead.
Did they add a background check on that to verify that they in fact are
No,
extended
current
family?
law for caregiver affidavits. This is just basically solidifying what the current caregiver law is in California. So what that means is if a parent chooses to give a caregiver approval to somebody, to their children, they usually are on the emergency card.
Right.
Parent has to approve it. So
Right.
grandma could come in and say, Johnny's now under my caregiver because of whatever reason. The schools are obligated to contact parents to make sure that it is. That's how the current law is. They're just solidifying what extended family means to include probably, we don't know what the actual language will be. That's what we're waiting to hear on the
Okay.
floor. But we're assuming what it means is maybe, stepmother, stepfather, and.
A strange dad that wants to steal them.
But it has to be,
Exactly.
but it has to be approved by the parent. Still, the parent has the final say on a caregiver affidavit, as it is in existence right now. That's our understanding. I could be completely wrong come tomorrow, or whenever it's here, but it does say, the bill does continue to extend the definition of a relative allowed to submit the caregiver affidavit to include an adult who is related to the child by blood, adoption, or affinity within the 5th degree of kinship, including all step-parents, step-siblings, and all relatives whose status is preceded by the words great, great, great-great, or grand, or the spouse of any person specified in this definition, even after the marriage has been terminated by the death or
See, that's what-
dissolution. So, we're kind of waiting to see what it is. We don't know if the governor will actually sign this. There's a lot of controversy with this
He's not
bill
gonna
up
sign
in
it, he's running
Sacramento.
for president, he's gonna save the
Yeah,
children.
so that's that. So there you go, there's your update. I will update you. As soon as we hear what happens with 495, I'll let you know. I will text all of you as soon as we hear. So, there you go. And then the last few things I have is.
Not you, Jeff, not you.
Be careful, I'm sitting next to one.
We, the county enrollment, we got all verification, all schools are up and running. As a county, we are down almost 4,000 students over
Really?
last year, which is a surprise. It's the largest deficit we've ever had in the county. Home sales are up, everybody's buying and moving to Kern County, but they're not bringing children with them. So, we're still working it out. Sometimes we get a spike after Labor Day because, well, we're after Labor Day, but we see a spike. These are numbers prior to, we'll get new numbers from our districts. Sometimes people that move into the county not realizing that we have opened already, so they're enrolling their children.
This is kind of an anomaly.
Yeah, last year we were down a little bit. How long, many numbers?
About 2,000 last year.
2,000 last
I
year.
think a lot of key people are homeschooling.
And,
And
well,
I
what's
think
funny
there's a
is,
lot
if,
of homeschooling.
but our charters, except for CAT, has grown, the rest of the charters are pretty flat. And so it's been a unique anomaly, what we're seeing. Now, the state as a whole is declined immensely in
Yeah.
student count, but, we'll see what happens over the year, so,
Dr. Mandel, I
Yes.
do have a quick question about CAT's enrollment.
yes.
Last year was
168, something like
50
that.
something?
I think it was about 180.
When the
Yeah,
year
and I
ended.
think we had asked when we gave them the MOU, what was we wanted a report back on what it was this year. I know,
They're at 520 right now with verified 345 students on the wait list. And those have all been verified.
great, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah, they're working really well
Absolutely.
with us, so, and we were very confident with, they gave us enrollment right after school opened. For
Are
them,
they in
they
both?
opened really early, they opened early August.
Are they in both sides of the building now?
They're on
on
both sides,
Because
and
they
they're over
were
at the
doing
Presbyterian.
construction when I went.
Yeah, and they're at the
Okay, so-
Presbyterian,
'cause I
so
was like, where were they
TKK has moved over to the
Got it.
church, and they're using the multipurpose room, the kitchen, they're using a lot of facilities.
Awesome.
and,
I think Mr. West is going to be a great asset there. He sounds
yes,
like he's really on
He's
top
got a
of it.
lot of charter school background.
Yeah, he sounded very knowledgeable.
And then the very last item I have is, I'm not sure if the board received, do you receive the weekly email called Ed Connect?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, good, I just want to make sure.
No?
No?
Yeah,
We will make sure all new board members are on it. So it's a weekly release that we send out where we highlight all the things that we're hearing about all the districts around Kern County. And so that will help you as a board to also know what's going on out there, so you're not questioned in the supermarket or something and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So we'll make sure that all board members on the Ed Connect, I think probably we had your names on there, but then with new board members that probably didn't get updated. So we will update you on the Ed Connect that comes from the office, and we go out and highlight everybody. And then during the.
I have a question.
Yeah,
on
go
that.
ahead.
Well, since I post a lot of, or I try to post a lot of those articles on the Children Matter Facebook page, some of them are not in a format where I can just click on to where it's on the article itself. So I can't.
So on the article, those are like snippets that we email out, and then they click on the read more or whatever.
Right,
But
and
then
some of
it's-
them don't have it.
Then it will go, if it doesn't have it, that means everything that was to be written is in that one little
I know, and
paragraph.
then I have to cut and paste it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the last thing was I forgot during, because I didn't want to, I should have done because it would have woke everybody up after my discussion, was we had a unique opportunity, Kern County students over the summer, Morehouse Medical from Atlanta, Georgia, reached out to us and asked if we can create a week-long residency program for Kern County youth who are interested in the medical field. It was fully paid and covered by them from a grant that they gave us. We partnered with Cal State Bakersfield, and they lived on the campus during the week, and they had all their classes. So this is a minute-and-a-half video to show what we are doing above and beyond for the students here in Kern County. So we can end on this note.
That's very cool.
Kern County does a wonderful job of educating students. Morehouse School of Medicine does a wonderful job of training future healthcare students, and we believe that our efforts combined will truly impact the trajectory of students here in Bakersfield.
I believe that this partnership is going to be a successful one in years to come. It's also needed for a place like Bakersfield.
I have to applaud Kern County for creating this sort of initiative, and we want folks in this community to feel confident that they can grow that healthcare team from within this community.
I'm really glad to be a part of the first cohort, and this is something that I wouldn't expect in Bakersfield, so I'm really, really happy to be here.
John Linko and his wonderful team. Yep, John Linko and his wonderful team put that together. This was a very unique opportunity for the students. The students, I don't know if you noticed, the one student I was patting on the shoulder. He wanted to get, he is a first-generation student to go on to college. I think he's a sophomore or junior this year? Junior. He almost lost his life when he was a freshman in high school. And it was because of the medical team that helped him is what inspired him to become into medicine. But his family, he's from a very low socioeconomic home, and this now has given them a pathway for future growth. And all the students, they receive their white coats. They aren't guaranteed medical school, but they are committed that they will, depending on how their academics go, they could continue to move in that pathway. So it was really exciting to get that. And because of this, we have now, hopefully we're going to receive a grant, probably throwing it out too early, but we're hoping to get a grant where our office is working. We've already met with all the hospitals here in Kern County to identify the deficits and how they want to all come together and partner to actually start getting more students back here to perform medical services for our community. So we're hoping to get it. That way we can kind of be the neutral partner with all the hospitals and kind of bring them together to see what we need to be doing for our future students. So
This is good for Kern County because we don't have a stellar reputation for the best of medical care.
Right.
Right.
It's, got great surgeons.
Well, they
Yeah,
leave
they'll
to go,
cut you open.
they go to the beach.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anything else to report? Anybody else? Okay, our meeting's adjourned. See you next month.
We're good. Thank you.